Can you turn off the light, please?
I'm just reading this book. I won't be long.
Come on, I've got to get up for work in the morning.
I've told you I'm not going to be long.
Okay, I'll do it.
Alexa, turn off the light.
You're having a laugh, you are.
And let's take a look, see what we get in the Nooie smart plug box. It works on 2.4G Wi-Fi, it's got app control, you can schedule timers on there, and it works by voice control also. And in the box we get 4 of these smart plugs. So there's not too much on there, to be honest. We literally just plug them in and then we start setting them up through the mobile phone app. We have got this button on the left hand side there, which should allow you to pair the device. But apart from that, let's plug them in and see what we can do with them. The first thing we need to do is to get the app installed on your mobile phone. You can do this by either scanning the barcode that comes with the smart plugs, or you can go onto your Google Play or App Store and do a search for Nooie Home. Once the app has been installed, you will need to register an account with Nooie. Once you've put in an email address and a password, you will receive an email with a verification code. Insert this code into your Nooie app and that will allow you to begin using the app. Once you're into the app, you will need to add a device. Once you've pressed add a device, you will get the options of a Nooie smart plug, a smart power device, or a smart light. For us, we need to press the first option, which is the Nooie smart plug. It will now ask if you have a flashing white light on your smart plug. If you do, then press the blue box which says light flashing rapidly. But if you don't, then press where it says it's not flashing rapidly. Then you'll be brought to another page which gives you instructions on how to reset the device. You can unplug the smart plug and wait for 10 seconds and then plug it back in. Or you can hold the power button on the side of the smart plug for at least 5 seconds and this should reset the device and the flashing white light should appear. Once you've done this, then hit the box that says reset successful. You will now be required to connect the smart plug to the Wi-Fi in your home. Make sure you select a 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi and not a 5 GHz one, else it will not connect. Once you've selected the Wi-Fi that you wish to connect to, type in your Wi-Fi password and this will begin to pair the smart plug with your Wi-Fi. Once it's connected to the Wi-Fi, you can give the plug a name, which is very useful to ensure that you don't accidentally turn off the wrong socket. You will now get a device sharing screen which allows you to add owners and guests. Whoever you put in the owners section will have access to all the devices that you add, and the guests will get one-time sharing, and these can be added or edited later in the manage home section in the app. From there you will now see your home screen, which allows you to see all your devices. You have the options at the top which allow you to either look at all the devices, just your smart plugs or your lights. Next to our kitchen plug there is a blue icon which if we press will turn off the plug socket. But if you press on the text where it says kitchen, you'll get another screen with a few more options. The big button in the middle with the blue on it is the power for your plug socket. So if you press this, this will turn the plug socket off. Press it again and the plug socket will turn back on. Underneath the button you'll see there's an option to set a schedule and there is also a timer option. Under the schedule section you'll get 3 options which are to turn on and off at a specific time. You get an option to turn on a device for a period of time and you also get a travel away option which allows your device to be turned on and off at random, which is useful if you go away on holiday and you want to make it look as though someone's at home. Under the on off section you can set what time you wish the plug to come on and at what times you want it to turn itself off. You also get the option of selecting which days you want this to happen to. So for example, you can set the plug to turn itself on at 8 AM on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and to turn itself off at 8 PM on those days too. The from to option allows your device to automatically turn off after being on for a period of time. Once again, we get the options of setting the time for this and which days we want it to happen. The travel away option gives you the same screen too, where you can set which times and days you wish to allow the plug to randomly turn itself on and off. With the timer, we get options of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours or custom. The custom allows you to set your own timer. Just select which timer you want and click on the tick at the top right of the screen. This will bring you back to your plug screen and the timer will be displayed in the bottom, letting you know how long is left until the plug switches itself off. Once a schedule is set, you can delete it if you wish. You do this by going back to your schedule option and tapping on the blue delete button. This will put a bin next to your schedules. Click on the bin next to the schedule you wish to delete and then press on where it says confirm and that will remove that schedule. If we click at the top of the screen where there's a small cog icon, this will bring up the settings for the plug. From here we can rename the device if we wish. We can do device sharing, There's also a child lock feature as well, which if enabled will prevent the button on the plug being used and accidentally turning off all your devices. We also get an after power outage option, which allows you to keep your smart plug switched off after the power outage, and you have to turn it back on manually. Or there's also an option in there, which is restore to previous status, which allows your smart plug to turn itself back on when the power comes back on. We also get the information section, which tells us the model of the smart plug, its device ID, also tells you what your external IP address is and the MAC address for the device. We can see which firmware version our plug is on, and underneath there you'll see third-party controls. This allows you to connect your smart plug to either an Amazon Alexa or a Google Assistant. If you click on either of those options, you'll get the instructions on how to connect it to your device. Once you've set this up with your Alexa or your Google Home device, you should see under your devices menu that the Nooie smart plug is now an option. So we've got a couple of ways that we can turn on and off these smart plugs. We've got the Nooie app, and we've got ourselves an RGB light there. So if we go to the Nooie app, we go to our little kitchen socket, press the little button next to it to turn it off. That is now off. Just tap the button again. That will switch it back on. As well as that, we can use the Alexa app. Alexa, turn off kitchen.
Okay.
Alexa, turn on kitchen.
Okay.
If you want to control a group of your plugs as well, for example turning all the plug sockets off in one go, you need to make a decision whether you want to do this through the Nooie app or the Alexa app, because once you connect this to Alexa, it doesn't transfer over the groups that you create. So if you want to voice control it, it's probably best to create a group in Alexa, but if not and you're happy with the Nooie app, you can just do it all through there. We found that if you tap the button on the left hand side of the plug socket while the child lock is enabled, it will actually disable it if you click it around 5 times. Also, if you hold that button down for 5 seconds, that will completely reset the plug. So if you got a child that clicks that button once, you'll get away with it, but if they keep clicking that button, it will actually disable the child lock. And our final thoughts on the Nooie smart plugs is that they perform really well. They do everything that you need a smart plug to do. They're easy to switch on and switch off. You can do it through a mobile phone app or using your voice if you'll use Alexa or Google. We thought that when you turned off your Wi-Fi and went to a 4G area that your plugs would stop working, but when we tested it, you can actually turn the plugs on and off when you're using 4G and not Wi-Fi. The only issue we came across was to do with the child locks, where if you press it multiple times, you can actually disable the child lock. But apart from that, they perform extremely well. And our star rating on the Nooie smart plugs will be 9 stars out of 10.